Hello, my name is Kyle.
I'm Alex.
I'm Rachel.
It's Tony.
And we are Pseudo Adults. Hello and welcome to episode 190 of the Pseudo Adults podcast.
Oh my gosh.
It's a show where we talk about anything that is fun and entertaining to us, whether it's our own stories, our own creativity, fun things that we're watching or playing in the mediums. You can follow me on X at Pseudo Adults and subscribe to this podcast anywhere you find podcasts. I might have said that already.
If you like this content, please consider becoming a member for as little as $1 a month.
You could do it.
YouTube.com/SpaceZamboni, SpaceZamboni.com. Check out the wonderful things we have there, and we're gonna kiss you.
Just for $1.
Don't make me say it. Don't make me say canceling gym membership. It's the beginning of the year. You might as well do something new.
But everybody's going to go to the gym for a month and then cancel it.
No, instead of going to the gym and canceling and wasting your money, you could subscribe to the Studio Adults just for $1. It's even
for a
less
fraction
than
of the price.
You know those
You
4
can keep the
times
rest.
you go to Aldi's and you leave your quarter in and you're like, I'll just give my card to someone else. If you save those 4 quarters, you take them out of the cart, you can pay for a membership.
That's 4 shopping trips that you just,
Saved. You don't even have to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't
let your
stand
wife
the quarter
go.
carts. Oh my god.
Or your girlfriend go. Stay at home.
Get that Sleepy Joe out of the bed. Not the other one. The one from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That one's
That's
lazy.
the original
Let him work.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
They stole that.
The OG.
That's right. And if you're a pop culture fan who wants to level up in life, check out Inner Warrior. And if you're trying to get into an IT career, check out Inner Tech Warrior.
Tony and Rachel, you're here.
Yeah.
Oh my
Whoa!
I made it. I lost.
What's going on? Where you been?
We've been around.
Fighting crime.
You know what I mean?
Been around.
Been
Vigilante justice.
I'll let Tony take over here.
Okay. Well, so we went to Jersey.
Dirty Jersey.
We went to the American Dream Mall.
Dang.
So cool. Brand new. It used to be sitting there being nothing, but just an eyesore because it was
Oh my god.
blue and orange and yellow all on the side. It was really gross colors. They transformed it into a mall, a very fancy, brand new. It's gigantic. It was supposed to be, I think, a sports like center, and then the guy ran out of money, and then it just sat there. In the beginning,
Yeah.
somebody bought it, took it over, and made it into a mall. This thing is the size of the world.
Oh my god.
It took us 5 hours or 6 hours to get through it, and we didn't even get to an area where we ran into, and we're like, it's huge. They have
It's the second biggest mall in the United States, I believe, after the Mall of America.
It's very big, and it's very impressive. Oh man, I lost what I was gonna say. Oh, there's an indoor skiing.
Oh my god.
It's huge. They're indoor skiing. They have an ice skating rink inside of there. They have a Ferris wheel that goes outside of it and back in.
It's very impressive.
They have a water park. They have a amusement park, and in the actual mall.
Holy crap.
What else? They have all the stores. They have a lot of food places, all different kinds. They have food that you can eat, like
Food I can eat?
well, more like a cafeteria setting food, and then they have actual restaurants.
Fine dining.
They have the burger, Mr.
Beast Burger.
Mr. Beast Burger is there.
Couldn't even find it.
Couldn't even.
It's
find
that big.
It's very big. We couldn't even find it. It's huge, and it's really.
Did you basically just walk around, or did you go in any of the rides, or dine at any of the places?
Originally, we went there for Tony got for his birthday. He got tickets to go to this game room thing. And I'll let you.
It's called New Jersey Activate, and it's where you go to all these. You get a band, and then you go into these rooms, and you hit your band against the room, and it'll have a score for you, right? So you have an individual score, and in each room adds to your score. So in the rooms, it's like you're playing a video game in real life, right? So there's ones where you got to be on these pressure plates, and there's ones where you got to do hoops or shoot asteroids, and each game has a few different types of games in it too. So you can go to the same room.
3 or 4 games within one game room. So you're continuously going through, and it's it's not it doesn't take forever to play the games either. We got on the leaderboard
Yeah, we did.
Leaderboard.
And there's like levels too, right? So there's like level 1 of this specific game in this room, level 2 of this specific game in this room, and then there's like 3 other games in that room. So it's like you could be there all day if you really wanted to. But the way it works is so you scan in, then you go in, then you play, and then while you're playing, there's other people outside scanning, waiting for you to finish so that they could go in.
Yeah. So it's like a waiting line, so you can wait and scan in and make sure you're queued in to go in there. And then you wait, and then it's your turn. It doesn't take too long for each game, so it's not like you're standing there forever, which is nice. Yeah, so originally we went there for that. I knew it was a mall. From what I heard, it was an expensive mall, but I guess that's relative. And they have other stores. They have like the Lego store.
My wife's employer has a store there.
They do.
Yeah. We walked by when we went there before the Beyonce concert.
It's cool. It's worth the day trip there. Like they have all kinds of other things for like kids. They have like different. They have a Lego experience. We didn't go in there because I was like no.
They have like mini golf.
Mini golf.
Whoa.
They have glow in the neon mini golf in there.
Angry Birds mini
Bird
golf.
like mini golf. But all certain things we ran into.
You're doing a good job selling this mall.
It is.
I think so.
It is quite a mall. It takes you all day. Like, and it's not that bad to get to. You would take from Penn. Let's just say you're at Penn. You take the New Jersey train. Say it's the first stop at Secaucus. Then you would take like an Uber for like 5 minutes to get there. Easy.
Yeah, but like,
there's a bus there too.
Would you go back there again next weekend? I feel like. Oh, okay.
Never mind then. The answer would be yes.
Gotcha.
So, like, was that an invite?
They also
Are we going?
They also have a Toys R Us there.
Walk.
They have
Whoa.
two-story Toys R Us there in that mall.
Story Toys R Us.
That's
it's
right,
a lot of
200.
fun. Yeah, we went in and they were selling a whole bunch of stuff.
So when we went to the Toys R Us store, we were like, oh, there's an upstairs. Let's go look upstairs. And then these people come up to us. Hey,
that was It's Sugar.
Oh, that was the
You know the
sugar.
store
Oh,
that's at
wrong one.
Floored sugar?
It's
Yeah,
Sugar.
this-
Yeah,
yeah.
three. It's 3 floors.
Yee.
Yeah, so
Dang.
we went there, and then they're like, "Hey, did you guys like the Oreo cafe?" We're like, "We literally just came up these stairs. You didn't even give us a chance
They
to
have a
look
whole
at it."
cafe of just Oreo like stuff that you can go and get, and then we had halal there, and I was like, "This is not New York halal."
Oh.
It was good. It was still good, but it didn't have that like how like the chicken is like orange ish. It was just regular chicken. I go, no, you don't understand halal.
I do like the regular look of chicken, though.
Yeah, regular look. It was good. It was. I'm not complaining.
Brave.
It was good. Yeah, but they had a whole bunch of options. You can go all different kinds of stores.
It's a mall.
It's a mall.
Yeah.
It's
they
just a
should host the
gigantic
Olympics.
mall. And then we're about to go. We're like, all right, well, we've seen everything we can see. Well, let's just go down this one place we didn't go.
It was Toys R Us. I was like, "Oh yeah,
Toys R Us,
before we
yes.
go, I want to see
Yeah.
Toys R Us."
And I was like, okay, let's find Toys R Us, which was a maze to even get to.
Oh my god.
Here's a question. Did you, because it was a Nickelodeon theme park, right? And you're telling me that it was like felt more Nickelodeon than like the
The
Nickelodeon
resort,
you
yeah,
went to.
Whoa.
100%.
Were you able to just like walk around it without paying for
Yes.
admission?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
I wasn't
you pay
sure.
for
and I
the
didn't have
tickets
enough
to
time.
an app or something like that. That's what my friend told me. It's like you get on their app and you can get the tickets to get on the rides. They even have those performances with like when we walked in there, it was like Paw Patrol performances on
Whoa.
stage where they dance. And stuff. Yeah.
Stop.
So I was like, wow,
Paw
okay.
Patrol.
They have jellyfish racing, like from SpongeBob.
Oh
They
my
have
God.
like a big carousel, but it's a jellyfish.
Yeah.
It's a big jellyfish. They had
They had Reptar. They had-
Reptar. They had
Reptar.
they even had what else did they have? They had Jimmy Neutron stuff. They
Oh,
had-
the Hidden Temple.
Hidden
Legends of the Hidden
Legends of the
Temple.
Hidden Temple.
You
I
could
wanted
take-
to. I wanted to do that. I was like, that looks so cool. We didn't do it, but
it's like a big like obstacle course.
It's a big
that goes
obstacle course all the
really
way up.
high.
it's
They
like
have
crazy.
The guards, the temple guards.
Yeah, imagine they pay these. Yeah.
They,
Beware of the temple guards; they'll grab you.
and they had little kid rides too. They had like little kid rides too, which was nice too. But they also had like 2 roller coasters in. Like
Invader
they had-
Zim roller
was it
coaster, right?
Vader Zim
Whoa.
roller coaster. Yes, they had Invader Zim. They
They had the Shredder one. They had
Shredder
Praying
one.
one.
Oh, dang.
Praying one.
Those are like recent reimaginings, like of older properties. I was worried, like Invader Zim means it hasn't been maintained in 20 years.
Yeah, but then they have Ninja
Also
Turtles.
fair.
So that's
And then they have a DreamWorks section that is the water park,
Yeah.
but the water park wasn't open due to other reasons. Yeah, due to other maintenance reasons.
Brain-eating amoebas?
No.
Oh.
Something fell in the water park.
Ew, a body?
No, it was one of their hanging things, and they shut it down for maintenance.
It's electric.
Everybody gets a
I told Tony, I was like, maybe next time I go on the rides, I just need them to sit a little bit longer for me to feel comfortable going on these roller coasters. They had a whole bunch of stuff. They had Dora the Explorer. They had 2 in there, obviously. Did they have Blue's Clues?
Yeah, they had some. They had the thinking chair.
The thinking chair, yeah. The guy sat in. I was like, okay, not a chair, but it's a chair, but it's not like a sit down, hang out chair. Yeah, it was fun, and they had obviously gift shops in the thing, which was cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Excellent day.
And then the next day, so we went home. The next day, we went back into the city. Because we had tickets to a thing called the Balloon Museum, and it's it's Pier 95, I think it is, in the city, and it's a balloon museum. And I'll let you keep going.
So basically, it's like they had all of these different artists. I think it started in Italy, and then they brought it over.
How'd you find out about it?
How did I find out about it?
Coworker. Oh no, we were. Did we hear about it, or we were walking
I'm trying to remember.
in the city one day?
I just
we were going
came to you one day.
Yeah, right.
No,
It's here.
It was our anniversary.
Balloons.
It was my coworker. My coworker told me first. So the in Balloon Museum, there's like all these different artists who come up with like all these balloon related
interactive balloon.
Yeah, interactive balloon related like art pieces. So like in the the first room, they have like these big, gigantic looking like balloons with like digital eyes, and then they're like making these noises and stuff. And then as you go through, there's like that huge ball pit. They're all made of like balloon stuff, and there's like a show that goes on in the ball pit. And then
oh my god, the ball pit! It's like a big swimming pool.
Oh, dang.
And it's like you can get into it and be in a ball pit.
Oh.
But I didn't realize how hard it was to get out of a ball pit that's pretty big. Because you're trying to step up, you're stepping on balls, you're like, I'm not going to be able to get up by myself. And you can sit, and then there's an interactive show that goes on, like, through, they have, like, TVs on the wall. And it almost looks like it's, like, thundering, and they have clouds. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then, so there's just, what was so there's a whole bunch of just different things like
They had
that.
a smoke one where they blew bubbles, and they
that's cool.
within the bubbles. So when it popped, it would be smoke would come out of it. It was pretty cool. Then they had like an interactive, like bigger balloon. They look like people, and you can like move them around.
Is there like, what is the progression of balloon technology? Will balloon become a mode of transportation? Will it become a mode of like cooking?
They're gonna have balloon chips that you're gonna put in your brain, right?
Yeah.
And
It's called an aneurysm.
Yes, the air.
I want one of those.
You get it for free. You really try hard enough.
It's gonna be impressive.
Yeah.
They had this really big balloon that had like all these. They had spikes. I would call them. They weren't spikes. In other words, they look like udders.
Oh.
And they were all over this gigantic balloon, and all these kids were pushing it. It made marks on the walls like it was like a crayons. And so every time you pushed it against the wall, it would make like little marks on like these walls. It was huge. It was nice. That was cool. And then they had balloon stuff that you could take pictures with, all different kinds of sets you could take pictures with.
Sounds like it was artsy. It was fun.
It was
creative.
It was very interactive.
Not meant to be educational.
No.
I mean, you could sit there and read, but nobody did it.
It tells you where it came from, how they came up with the idea.
Did they screen you for like latex allergies before you went in?
Oh my god.
No, they just made you put on those little.
They made you put on booties because of
Booties.
electricity of like, I guess,
my gosh.
balloons.
Oh, the static, yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then they just had like different exhibits for different artists.
There's a VR
exhibit-
one, Pete.
No, there's a VR
at
one,
the end.
which was cool.
VR piece.
You put on the VR, and you're like going through all these different VR stuff. It was actually pretty cool. Tony's like sitting, so we're sitting like this, and we have the VR, and I'm like, oh, everything's behind here. So I'm looking, everything's coming like this way on the VR when you swing this way. Tony's still sitting like this, and I'm like, turn around. I don't think he turned around and looked and then went back. I said, did you turn around at all during that? And I go, so you were just watching the behind of everything coming at you. He goes, I thought that was what it was. I was like, wow, you missed everything that way. There was so much more that way.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You get a different experience.
It's like he's like, nah, not for me.
Because when I turned around, when she was like, turn around, and I didn't really see anything happening at that point.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I guess I turned back around.
I was like,
When you
missed
turned
it.
around, it was in front of where you were.
Yeah. You missed it.
Speaking of Nickelodeon, what does Jimmy Neutron say on Yom Kippur? Gotta fast.
Oh.
Is that Sonic?
No, that's
Gotta
what
go
Sonic
fast.
says on Yom Kippur. Gotta go fast.
Got a
Yeah.
It's gotta go fast.
Brain
Young
fast.
Kapoor.
Yeah, brain fast.
I
Well,
like that.
Break fast.
Yeah. No. Be a good Jew, Jimmy Neutron. Don't break fast.
thank you for the wonderful stories.
Oh, no problem. Yeah,
Welcome. It was a very
Always cool to hear.
interesting weekend.
Okay, so we've done it. We've hit another 0th episode of
Oh my
Pseudo
God.
Adults.
Wow.
The last 0th before 200.
Oh my goodness.
So in honor of what we've done, I think since 170, is we give an update on like stuff that we've been working on, creative pursuits, business ventures. Who wants to go first, or should I just bleh?
You could open the
I'll
can of
play.
worms. Yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
Okay. Let's see. I feel like I need like a Kickstarter. We've been working on more comedy music. It's been kind of like a gradual, like, I mean, I was coming and going from like my own album to this, but I think like the next goal for myself is to, help finish up our second, Space and Boney comedy album. And I think Alex could, go on to elaborate how there's like parody songs as well as like more like original non-parody comedy songs as well there. We had this the last week, I guess, this interesting like spurt of creativity that happened where just kind of like went with the flow, didn't second guess anything, and we made a song it's currently about 1.5 minutes long, and I'm deciding whether or not to make it a full-length song. It's called Pepper Spray Me With Love. It was inspired by Alex just jotting down some ideas on the whiteboard. You might have seen it when you were in my in my house
I did
the other day.
I did.
So I was having these guys sing parts on what will be the next closing theme for Pseudo Adults with episode 200 and onwards. And while Matt was recording his parts, Alex was like, it's behind the door, so I couldn't see. He's like, I'm gonna write some ideas, and then when you're done, I'm gonna close the door so reveal it. And then when he did, we're like, oh, okay, and came up with like this like a boopy part, and it just like didn't second guess it. Alex was like screaming the melody, and we're just like, all right. So like I grabbed the guitar and like started recording it on the spot, and like did almost all the work right there on the fly.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and it's and Matt whispers during it.
Pepper spray.
It's pretty excellent. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so more playing for our 200th episode special. Haven't actually done. I've been preparing we're gonna have a new opening and closing theme song, which I'm excited about. There's going to be a special 200th episode. I don't think I've touched it since episode 180. So I'll have to Kickstarter. But hey, I got like 10 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Give or take.
It'll be a surprise, and hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Okay.
What really quick, I like when we were doing that song. I don't know what, like, I was like in a church when like the Holy Spirit takes you and you start like moving your hands and singing with Christ. Except I was doing that with like the guitar riffs. I was like, Kyle, let you go. And the whole time my arms are just free spirit moving around.
Yeah, but I was like connected to it spiritually. Too. I was like, you mean this?
Yeah. And I was like, yes. Yeah. And yeah, it was really funny.
That is hilarious.
I mean, to lead into the parody songs, that there was like Alex has been nice enough to let me sing on one of them, and there was another one that I kind of wrote the outline for and I wrote the lyrics for. and just got like the recorded full version yesterday, and I've
Nice.
listened to it a bunch. I love it. It's so good.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it
awesome.
came out
and,
great.
and I had the first time upon like hearing it, like I put it on my good headphones and listened to it, and the realization I had was like, this must be what Lin-Manuel Miranda feels like. Like, I had to like make the demo and then like hand it off to someone who's like does a full
Yeah.
arrangement,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah.
I like that's the first person that comes to mind instead of being like, this is what feel like what P. Diddy feels like.
maybe that's what P. Diddy
P.
feels
Diddy,
like.
Yeah.
like, this is my.
But I know
50
that,
Cent
like-
must feel
Yeah.
like.
I just know like the songs from like Hamilton.
Yeah.
It's like Lynn writes them, but then he
Yeah.
hands them off to someone who does a full arrangement.
True.
Yeah.
So I was just like, ah.
That's what I've been feeling.
Yeah.
When I do these, it's so fun because I was like, hey, I'm going to give you this really shitty version of it. Yours was a good version of it already. But for me, I'm like, here's this really weird, crappy version. And then to see it come out as like a full song is so neat. But yeah, I've been doing parody songs and stuff like that to kind of widen that lens of people that we could bring in to like enjoy Space and Boney content as well. I think like we're all a fan of pop culture, obviously. We talk about stuff here constantly. So it's neat to have like, okay, if it's like a cold open, a nice little intro to like what we are, who we are, and then hopefully you come and you stay for the main course.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So I've been working on. So I've still been writing Outlaw Justice. So I just finished writing issue 4. Issue 3 was issue 2 was illustrated.
Wow.
So that's still going on in the background. And then on the A plot is the Intertech Warrior. So Matt's been going through it. I have 2 other people that's also going through it with the new way I've been doing it, where it's almost like a 1-to-1 coaching element to it. Also, we have like a Google Workspace that we use, and then we have like basically like I'll set up tasks to help them keep themselves accountable for going through the course and things like that. And then we added like the other elements in the back end where we have the done for you LinkedIn and resume piece, and then but that's after they get through the main skill generation piece. And then we also have the professional networking module course, and then also the interview prep module course. So it's like basically we want to take you all the way through so that you can actually get a job, not just get the skills. So and then other than that, we're working through trying to come up with a referral program also that's going to help out. And then because I have my own coach is the business coach, so we're working through all these elements also, trying to build up. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be good.
Nice.
Matt, you want to tell a little bit of your experience with it?
Me? Hey, I'm working through the labs right now. When I was working on the labs yesterday before the party, there was the added part for the questions after all the chapters. So I was like, I'm locked out of this lab 6. Like, what was added? So I was going through, and I was like, oh, there you are, you. So I was working on the chapter questions. I'm on chapter 9 now, so I'm almost done. So then I could go back into the labs.
Nice.
Yeah, and you feel like you're learning it, and it's like, cool, neat.
Big time. The labs are fun. I like them.
They make them fun.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep.
Makes me feel like Mr. Robot. I'm like, yes. Yes.
Yeah, and I think a big piece of it too is like not only does it help you like to get the job with having all this hands-on experience, but it also helps you build up the confidence to be like, oh, I'm a network administrator, like I can do this. So
You learn to like not only learn the material, but I don't know, like it gets you in a mindset. Like,
so by learning the material, like we make you do what you would be doing at a job, right? So it's like by doing that, it builds your confidence, like even subconsciously, of like, oh, I've been doing this. So like when you're in the job, it's like, oh, I've done this. Like
it's already like familiar, and you already literally have done it.
Yep.
Good deal.
Yeah.
There's so much that of like you learn that when you get into a field that just the experience of like, I guess once you're in that mindset, you already know like which questions, like sometimes you're afraid to ask questions because you're naive or something like that. But then it's not only being not afraid to ask those questions, but like once you actually know it, you ask even better questions and like you just get even better at what you do. So It's like already like you're in there. You drop them in. So good, very cool.
Yeah. We've been also doing a whole bunch of other things. I feel like we're always doing something crazy.
Are you still having the approach where like I forgot if it was the weekly like you focuses or
Yeah. So it got a little thrown off because I have to do the social media stuff myself again. So having to do the editing and the social media, the clips, the YouTube, all that side of it's a lot. But I'm still trying to do like this week I'll edit, then I'll do the comics, then I'll do the stuff like that. But we have, I'm like writing number 3s of like 5 comics now. And we have, oh my God, so much stuff like penciled and worked on. And I think like going into the new year, I'm having like an approach of trying to like streamline when like a trailer for the game would come out, or maybe more parody videos. And if we're releasing the comics in like a magazine setting, like, okay, quarterly and stuff like that, just try to have it so every, like our podcast, you come back, you know you're going to get the podcast, you know when it comes out, you know what it's going to be.
The consistency of it. Yeah.
So get that with like the other kind of stuff too.
Cool. All right. Lots of fun things happening. We'll check in again one day. We at least expect it.
Oh, we also did a ghost hunt. We also did another ghost hunt.
Impromptu.
Yeah. So we have one that we're working on editing and having that released too. But now we have another one that we did recently at an auto body shop, which is really fun. So yeah.
I know it's an itch that you like to scratch. Be like, I need to do more ghost hunting.
I need to get possessed.
Not yet.
It's been a while.
Not yet. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we get to do more. It's always so fun to do. And the fact that this one found us was like kind of neat instead of having to go out and search, which is kind of like a pain. But yeah, it was cool.
Right. Very nice. I look forward to seeing and hearing everything, all the good stuff. All right. So getting to like the topics of like things that we've seen and wanted to check out for a while. We watched the movie Good Burger 2.
Oh my God.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
When Mark was on, he touched upon it. I feel like he didn't really say anything about it. I think he implied that he didn't love it.
He said he did like the first one better.
I mean,
it's tough to watch it through
that kind of lens, like nostalgic lens.
The words I was going to say I didn't even start saying them because I wasn't sure if it would sound right. But like trying to like you were a kid when you saw Good Burger. You're grown up now. It's more or less doing the same humor, and I don't know if it's doing it as well.
No.
Who are they making this movie for? They're making it for people of our generation, obviously, because I don't think any kids are like, what are Keenan and Kel up to?
Right. Yeah. Especially with all the SNL people in there, you would think that they know it's an adult audience because of all the
Jackass at one point during it.
They did. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Oh.
Did Johnny Knoxville come
Yeah, I
out?
was going to say Steve-O.
Yeah, that kind of Jackass. I was thinking like Red Foreman showed up. You said dumbass. Never mind. So what do you guys think of it?
If you walked in,
Keeping in mind you're like Paramount Plus. Fuck yeah.
I love Paramount Plus so bad. We just switch for that Paramount Plus. Subscribe. Pseudo Adults so I can get Paramount Plus.
All right.
Oh my God.
All right. If you walked in with a neutral mindset, like clear your mind. Because I remember Good Burger, but I remember bits and pieces of it because I was little when it came out.
With Mondo Burger.
Relative, I think I was like 4 when it came out. You were 4 when it came out. Like Good Burger original. I remember bits and pieces. I don't remember the full show like I would like all that or like, like SpongeBob or something like that. But walking in with like a neutral perspective and expecting nothing, expecting what you normally would expect with another movie from the past that they're probably gonna poop on. And if you walk in with that perspective, it's like you still walk out going, nah, it's okay,
I think there were a lot of funny
parts.
concepts, and I did chuckle a fair amount throughout the movie, which, sometimes you go through a whole movie and I'm like, I didn't laugh once.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it was really bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was okay. That's what I was like.
I'd say it was fair.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
And I definitely, if you guys watch it, don't want to set you up to be like, think it's way better than it is.
Yeah.
Tell us how bad it is.
I like that one scene that you showed about the dog.
Oh yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, that was
funny. And then it was that there was parts of it that were funny, and then parts of it that you were like, okay, more funny, can be funny.
I mean, you guys talk down Haunted Mansion so much that we found enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
Talk Good Burger down as much as possible.
It was just, I don't know.
The plot doesn't happen until the halfway point in the movie.
Wow.
Yes, keep going. Keep going.
It's like 30 or 40 minutes into the movie.
That's insane.
I paused it once, like the conflict finally happened. I'm like, we're halfway through the movie.
Yeah. It was nuts. What else? There was
definitely put makeup on them, and you can see it.
Makeup bag.
You can see that they tried
poor
to
Kel
like
Mitchell. Yeah,
poor Kel.
you could tell that
They
he's been through some life.
You could see he's been through some stuff.
He's been through wealth.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
They had to
drugs.
you know, cover up his $90,000 haircut to put the Kel braids.
Oh.
What's his
The
name?
braids
wow.
on him, Ed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then to cover up his crow's feet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Yeah. No.
It just looks aged.
They put actual crows there to hide their crow's
Yeah.
feet.
His heroin
Sorry,
scars.
I love the certain people
Oh.
who showed up where you immediately were like, oh, I know who that is. Like certain people.
A couple Nickelodeon stars.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
Danny
a couple.
Tamborelli, I heard.
Ooh.
There's
More.
a really bad song,
Oh.
Oh,
my God,
yeah.
yes.
and that's
It
the
feels
Danny
forced.
Tamborelli part, right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stars cameoing for like a Save Good Burger song or something
Yeah.
like that.
Like it literally looks like cameo
It's
videos.
SNL.
Yeah, like
A
people just
majority
like
is
singing
SNL.
this horrible melody,
Mm.
and
It's just
sounds
all
awesome.
SNL, really. a
and
lot
I
of
was like,
it
this
is
is,
watching
aw-
this
this is
tonight.
awful.
I can't wait to hear this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a beautiful jam.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, bad.
Yeah, that was rough.
I was like, what?
Oh, boy.
I wanted to.
All the stars of Paramount Plus are in it. Not all of it. So SpongeBob's
Oh.
not in it.
Yeah.
I wish Stallone was in it.
Imagine Stallone with it.
We are the world. We are the children.
Yeah, literally.
He's just reading it to his like,
I think maybe Kel is still like from what I remember, Kel is still as dumb as who I remember him.
Oh, the character for him.
Yeah, I was like
yeah.
he is just as dumb as I remember him to be.
Yeah, I what I thought was interesting is like if you watch that and you watch like Ace Ventura, you kind of see the influences of Ace Ventura in Ed's character, and I never really like connected those dots before. But like, I'd still rather be watching Ace Ventura.
It just is reminiscent, and then makes you be like, I just put that on.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the first Good Burger, like the line that Kel has in my head is just like, he like introduces someone, he's like, she's a vegetarian, and she's like, vegetarian. He's like, you mean she doesn't eat fur? It's like, I don't wear fur. I don't eat meat. It was like that times 10
Yeah.
throughout the movie. Kel has how many children?
Oh man.
It's like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Wow. And they all are clones of him?
Yeah.
They all have, like,
That
the
was
dread-
funny.
Yeah.
And
And they're named after like the different ingredients of a burger.
yeah, one's like,
Like
tomato
pickles.
or
Tomato,
something.
lettuce. And like,
Ketchup glows in the dark. Yeah.
This sounds fun. I like it.
It is fun. And then this is before the plot.
What?
All that
is
happens-
the plot. Wow.
All that happens.
Just him
before
making
the
all
plot.
8 of
yeah, the
kids.
40 minutes
Yeah,
of setup.
procreating.
40 minutes of setup and then.
For some reason, whenever I think of Kenan and Kel, I just think of that Halloween movie where they go to that mansion. And it has... No? You guys
I don't remember
the Kenan and
that.
Kel Halloween movie?
They
No.
made a Halloween movie.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
like
look
burned
this
in
up.
my brain.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Funny.
I don't remember that.
I watched a ton of Keenan and Kel. I
Yeah,
never
me
knew they had a
too.
movie.
Well,
Yeah, they had
obviously,
that little
but-
Kenan and Kel Halloween special or movie, whatever.
It sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
What happened in it?
I remember them having the haunted shop.
Well, the car is messed up, and they go to the haunted house, and something vampire, something Halloween,
Damn.
something.
I wanna watch
I think,
Vaguely
I
sounds
think it's
familiar.
an episode.
Oh, it's an episode. How long is that episode? I know it's a special because it was promoted
2
like
hours.
here. Yeah, it's like 4 minutes.
Season 4, episode 14.
Wow.
Oh, wow. All right.
I guess I just remember it, but yeah, it was a special. when
Well,
it aired.
you know, there tends to be a lot of skits, so maybe if they held it out for the entire episode, it is a special episode.
But it also didn't take place on like a normal set. It was like an actual filmed
On
episode.
location.
Yeah.
I'm
Sounds-
stand corrected. I was 3 when it came out.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good burger. Nice.
Oh,
Okay, so Keenan's character, because we didn't talk about Keenan at all.
oh yeah.
I think he's pretty consistent with how he was in the first one. He's kind of like got his own.
He's a Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, an entrepreneur. I don't know. He wants to get rich quick and has schemes, even if he
At the expense of other people.
yeah he cares about Kel and everyone, but he's gonna make silly mistakes, just because he's a little greedy. They allude to he has this niece,
Yeah.
and he says how you've grown to her, which made me kind of uneasy at one part in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like,
She also-
wait, no, they're related.
Yeah.
She also
boy.
takes off her shoes at one point. Through the movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's very important plot.
She takes her shoes off.
She takes her shoes off because of
Nick.
something. Because they're slippery. And I was like,
Oh my
okay,
God.
all right, Nick, we see you.
The socks stay on though.
Yeah.
Because they
Oh,
have to prove a point.
But you're right. When they first showed her and stuff, I was like, is that supposed to be a love interest? Because the way he's talking right now.
And it ends up being like, that's my niece. I go, you sure about that? And then at the very end, you're like, are you really sure about that?
Oh my god.
So the whole movie.
is her name Niece?
No, I don't know.
That's just her name?
We don't know her name.
Because we
She's
forgot.
a B plot character.
She's there.
Yeah.
She might be a hacker. I forget.
Oh yeah.
Who was that guy
God.
locked in the...
Oh, that was the worst part.
Oh, that was really bad.
There's a character. I guess he probably was like behind the counter of the original Good Burger, the white guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
He apparently was in the freezer since like the first movie.
Yeah.
And he gets out and he's all grown up and he's talking not only like a child, but like a child from like, I don't know, the 1950s.
Yeah. Not even like a normal 90s kid. Like,
And that was the roughest part.
yeah, that was super rough.
But maybe you'll like it because it's really dumb. The niece character, I was going to say, though, keeps alluding about her mother. And, like, when my mom sees you or talks to you, you're going to have, like,
She's going to
things
kill you.
Yeah. And it's all about the Keenan's sister character. I'm like, oh, my God, who's going to play the sister? And, like, for some reason, I cared more about that than the plot of the movie. But, like, who's the sister?
Stole a whole bunch of money from his sister.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was worried, like, is this movie going to end and we're never going to see the sister? But the sister does show up,
She does
and,
show up.
and it might be an SNL alumnus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, so in Kenan and Kel, did he have a sister? Did they show the sister? I'm
He's
trying to
not playing
remember.
his character from Keenan and Kel.
Oh yeah, you're right. Good Burger was separate. Oh yeah,
Yeah, and Keenan and Kel, they're playing
Kenan and Kel. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
all. Well, no, Keenan and Kel, they're playing themselves. That's right. All
Yeah.
that they're playing character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need like a diagram for it.
And all that Good Burger's a skit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like Wayne's World
Yeah.
turned into a movie. All right, I think that covers it. The other thing on Paramount Plus that we saw was a reality show all about Sylvester Stallone and his family. It's called The Family Stallone.
Get ready for bad Stallone impressions until the end of this episode. Here's your Stallone alert.
So Sylvester Stallone, he's really busy filming the hit show Tulsa King. And he's barely home. Except in this show, he's like home all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he keeps saying, go watch Tulsa King.
Yeah.
Every episode.
And then he talked about how he never sees his daughters and he's around them all the time.
Oh.
So my understanding of this show is someone offered him a lot of money to be like, yo, you got like daughters that are like an age that people would like to watch them do a reality show. And it's like, and you, your wife, and your daughters, and he was like, and all of creative, control. They're like, oh, of course. So I think as long as he's running like the plot or like what they're doing day by day, it's fine. But anytime the daughters try to slip in some actual family drama, Sylvester Stallone looks at the camera and says something sarcastic or what he thinks is witty.
Oh my god.
He thinks he's Jim from The Office. He literally goes, yeah, come on, man.
I'm like,
gotta
what
be
did you
kidding.
just say? Can you repeat that with your mouth fully open?
Wait a minute, am I right?
Yeah, literally stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's the bird from the Flintstones. It's
That
like,
is
it's
so
a living.
funny.
Literally, it's crazy.
Oh my god.
I think another neat point about this show is that he wants you to know he has friends that are celebrities.
Oh my god.
There's a scene with him and Arnold Schwarzenegger that is just, I was like,
that was like mid to late season. The first episode, I think I don't know,
Al
like
Pacino.
blindsides
Yes.
Al Pacino
Yeah.
and Dolph Lundgren at this like lunch outside, and they're like, "Hoo-ah, no one told me there would be cameras here." But then by the end, he's like trying to like do tricks for the camera. I don't know, like Al Pacino started being a weirdo in front of the camera.
And gave like the best world advice, life advice ever. I forgot what it was though. It's like, he's so wise.
Yeah.
Oh, it was something along the lines of, as time goes on, everything happens. And I was like, what?
Really makes you think, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It makes Stallone think for sure.
Who's gonna talk about the brother?
Okay, so he's got a brother, Frank Stallone,
That loves his brother.
and has
Sylvester
a big old horse cock.
That he does. And it's around his nieces, unfortunately.
So they go to his house for part of an episode, and basically his house is just the
a shrine.
a shrine to his brother. He has all these movie props and things. He has a mold of his
weird.
brother's abs from like one of the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
Like Rocky 2 or something.
And he's got the creepiest bedroom. It looks like a serial killer's bedroom. It's so
man.
barren, and it's got like a big old hot tub or whatever in the middle of the room.
If he wasn't Stallone's brother, I think he's trying to kill Sylvester Stallone.
And wear his skin.
I think he's banking on outliving him. He's like, I'm going to sell all these things when you die. But
That's the only way he's going to afford that mansion.
But when they introduced him, they're like, oh, he sings in like Vegas sometimes, and they show him like getting ready for a Vegas concert, and he was just like, I just had I'm coughing up blood, I'm feeling horrible, and I don't know like how you just like he overcame it and did the show, and then was fine apparently. My perception is I think he did cocaine, and it was like, because I don't think you just shake off coughing up blood.
No, yeah, that doesn't sound normal.
I don't know. Whatever. So,
He has
anyways,
TB and he just doesn't know. And he's
he's hanging around with his nieces, Sylvester Stallone's daughters, and they're literally like, we never see you. This is like not normal for us just to hang out on your sofa and talk to you. And by the way, has your fly been undone this whole time? And he was like, oh my God. And the camera pans down as he goes to zip it up, and you just see the outline of what he's packing down there. And it's like down and around the corner. Are you looking it up?
I am looking at it.
I made them go back.
Frank Stallone.
We watched it once. I was like, what? Guys, hold on. I think I just saw his big ass cock just
It was huge.
strapped to his leg
We need a replay.
like it's a pool noodle. And then,
Oh
we
my
went
God.
back, and I was like, yep, that's definitely his just
The Italian
The
sausage.
Italian
Yeah.
stallion.
Yeah.
The Italian brother.
his stuffed
stallion.
peppers, you know?
You can't find it.
We finished the season in one sitting. Alex, Matt and I almost watched the entire season. Alex pieced out, like, I think when had
One more to go.
one more to go, or
If I had known.
if even one more. I don't remember. I don't think anything remarkable happened in the final episode. One of the daughters, the youngest one, moves to
Florida,
Miami,
yeah.
which I am not convinced was real, but whatever. And I was like, oh, they're basically like writing her off of this reality show. But every other scene, someone's visiting her. So either they're like hopping on private jets left and right, flying to Miami to see her.
Or she's in a set next door.
I'm convinced that her dorm, which is like the nicest apartment you've ever seen, was just like next door. If she had an actual dorm, they just like, we're going to film in this one over here that we're keeping pristine. It's got a stove and refrigerator that have never been touched. It's so sparkling clean.
Came out of the Tulsa King budget. Same set. He just walks over.
Yeah. And then she got is that the one that got to act on Tulsa
Yes.
King?
Yeah. And that was the one that's like she's skipping 2 months of classes to film.
Oh my God.
If they had only shown me that scene, Kyle hadn't hyped up Tulsa King that I actually want to watch it. Seeing that scene, I would never want to watch Tulsa King.
Where she's like, I'm leaving this job today.
Yeah, there's two scenes. One where he's in the barn and talking about a horse, and then another one where he's at a cafe and she's just the barista. And the horse one,
I need to buy a horse.
yeah,
that was the dialogue. I need to buy a horse.
and then the guy in the barn's like, yeah, okay. And then the daughter's like, is this the horse you're talking about? I was like, what the fuck is happening?
And then the director was like,
Yeah.
That was the perfect take.
Yeah, it's like, that was so good. And then the barista scene, like Matt was saying, she's literally like, I'm leaving this job today.
Today's my last day.
Yeah. Doing that full motion. And they're like, oh, yes. Yes.
Got the bit by the bug. She's,
He even says it. He's like, yeah, when I first started acting, I knew. You can tell from my talent. And her, I feel the same thing.
Oh, man.
I was like, oh.
The best thing about his daughters is that they have a podcast called Unwaxed, and it's got like, I don't know, like maybe 1,000 listeners at a time.
It's got, so every episode that doesn't have another member of the Stallone family has like 10,000 views or whatever, 15,000 views. And then it'll be like, Frank Stallone coming on to talk. It's like 400,000 views. And then he's off the show back to like 10,000, 14,000. So if they want to come on this podcast and talk about, their life with being a Stallone night, just let us know.
Yeah, we won't talk about your uncle's sex life or whatever he wanted to talk about that time.
On their show.
Or your dad's sex life, for that matter.
Yeah, or your uncle's big fat cock.
Yeah, that's only for this podcast.
I'd say, are you mad you weren't born a boy?
Oh my God.
Be the new, younger
Oh my God. And you
Italian stallion.
One of the daughters does look very similar to Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, God.
She's got his face.
I thought it was interesting as we watched. I thought more and more like they were morphing into Sylvester Stallone.
Oh.
Like the pilot, their voices were like unique and they all like seemed a little different. And then as we got further, they all started like having a little bit of his
we
voice.
adapted to the California accents that they had, and were able to hear past it, and it was Sylvester Stallone.
Wow.
Like, oh, there it is. I hear it.
Yeah, it was there. It was very interesting. And then their faces also started to mesh into one face too. I was like, which one is this? Yeah, literally. I was like, they were so individually unique in that first episode that I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, one strip has a different hair color, which they all probably dye their hair, but I
Are
dye
you
my
looking?
hair.
You're looking at his fat cock.
His daughter.
Oh, okay.
All the names start with S, like him.
Yeah.
They all
start with S?
Yeah.
Syphilis, Cheryl,
Sistine.
Shathleen.
Chef.
That one looks a little Stallone-ish.
Chauffeur with an S.
Is that the most Stallone one of the Stallone?
The most
I
Stallone one.
I think that's
so.
the Sistine one, right? That's Sistine.
Oh, Sistine.
That's her name.
I think that
Yeah,
I,
like the chapel.
Yep.
yeah.
That one isn't a joke.
So, in summary, it's a really easy watch. The episodes are like 21 minutes, and there's
No glass tables.
These look like different people. I mean,
Yeah, they do look different in the picture.
I don't know who those people are.
His daughters.
I've watched 6 hours of Sylvester Stallone, and I don't know who you just showed me.
if only.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. So, you guys been watching Rick and Morty?
Yes. Yes.
I don't even know what number of season this is.
7.
Yeah.
8.
I don't know.
8. One of
So I
them.
think 7, but
Probably
maybe 8.
7.
It's good. It's very good. I didn't know how I would feel about it.
The
And I
voices?
walked in with like zero expectations to anything. And I walked out being like, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have like the main plot line kind of thing, right? Evil Morty comes back at one point, and they kind of like close the door on that plot. So I wonder what's going to happen for the next few episodes, because that plot is kind of finished. So the one they started with back
Ish.
last season, with the Rick Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of end that on like episode 5, 4.
I think this episode really grounds Rick and makes it be like he's like not as like wubba lubba dub dub, like or as he was. Like he is still that guy, but he's like, I'm a grandpa. I actually care about like my family members now. He's more like, it is what it is. Like it's almost like he's getting older and he's like kind of like, I wouldn't say calming down, but coming to reality more than he was. Especially with his relationship with him and Morty. I feel like Morty sometimes isn't even in the episodes like with him all the time.
Less
Less than
Less,
what
yeah.
it used to be. And Summer definitely is way less than. I don't even think she's been on. Has she been on an adventure with him this season? No.
Is this season more to kind of like get you acclimated to
The change.
it being different.
They don't even bring up the voices.
No, I know. I'm saying, is it to like get you acclimated to like it's still good here, it's still a good show. The voices, that fact that they're different doesn't matter. Just we're gonna make as good possible episode. So
I
that's
guess
the focus.
so.
Yeah, the season so far is standing strong. It's standing as strong as the first season of Rick and Morty, which for a while there it was kind of like, on rocky water. It was just kind of not fantastic, but it was still good. This feels like it's kind of revamping where you're like, okay, we're in a good area. This is where I want to be.
They have a whole episode about, remember iced tea? It was water tea,
yes,
and became iced tea.
They have a whole episode of that.
They have a whole episode of like the alphabets versus the numericons. So it's supposed to be like Transformers movie.
They even straight up said, like in the after interview that they have, they straight up said, yeah, we got inspiration from
the 80s Transformers movie.
Even the colors, and you're like, okay.
And that one doesn't even have Rick at all. That one's Morty and the math teacher.
Morty and the math teacher,
Wow.
yeah.
That sounds fun.
There's like some episodes, I feel like they're doing better in the balance of not getting bored of certain characters. One was Rick and Jerry.
Yeah.
Where they become like best friends. Well, they become each other.
Yeah, so like Freaky Friday?
Yeah.
So they were like, let's not do Freaky Friday. Let's instead put your consciousness in my brain and my consciousness in your brain. So that means we have the brain capacity of the other person. And then
Rick immediately gets in Jerry's body.
Yeah, as soon as this is in the cold open, right? So as soon as Rick's consciousness goes in Jerry's mind, he kills himself.
and then Jerry, who's in Rick's mind, accidentally
because he can't control the cybernetics in his body.
He can't control it and immediately dies. So the robot's like, there goes my Friday, and it like because it zones on like all the brain matter
brain
all
splatter.
over the wall, and it's all of them mixed together, and she goes, there goes my Friday, and she puts them together the best that she can physically do.
So they're both like not Rick, but not Jerry. So it's like they're almost like a new person.
Like Jerry like spikes his hair up like Rick, and all like, yeah.
And they call themselves Hamburger and Fries, and like that's like they're like.
And then they become like best friends, and they like live this whole. They abandon their family, live this whole like separate life with like Starsky and Hutch kind of thing.
Yeah, but they call themselves Hamburger and Fries.
Yeah, Hamburger and Fries. Yeah.
It's like in American Dad where there's like Wheels. What was it Wheels and
Legmen?
Wheels and Legman.
Wheels
like
and
that.
Legman.
Yeah.
That's it. That episode was really good. The Poopy Butthole episode was really, really good. I really liked that episode because I was like, finally, it's focused on Poopy Butthole, not just like 2 minutes of Poopy Butthole.
Ooh-wee.
And like how he still holds that grudge of like it's all because he was shot.
Beth. Yeah.
She goes, I didn't mean to. Yeah. I was like, I feel so bad at this point. And how he comes to terms with things and wants to live a better life and. Yeah, it's nice. It's like it's satisfying. It's the best words I can say.
So the characters die all the time, and they just rely on like there's a million trillion versions of them to just keep the show going.
Well, they haven't been doing that
recently. Kind of loses me with Rick and Morty, which I maybe just don't watch it faithfully enough to appreciate. Is that like I was just like. They introduce so many different alternate ones, and I've lost track of which one because I would think that they want the audience to only care about the OGs that they introduce. But I think it's like Rick C-17 or something like that. That's the Rick that we follow throughout the show. But the family, they bring it up too. Like some parts of the family are from a different like universe.
Said that main original family wasn't that Rick's actual family. He came in and took Evil Rick's?
Rick Prime is the original Rick, and he's the one that like messed up the life of all the other Ricks.
He killed the wife of Rick. Sorry, he killed the wife of Rick. The Rick Prime killed Beth's mom. In every universe. In every single one, he went to every single one and killed her, so she doesn't exist in any universe.
Whoa!
Because he was like, I'm going to take everything, I guess, away, even though.
Because the whole idea is that Rick Rick had a choice that he had to make, and it was like, do I leave my family and go on these adventures and become like this brilliant person, or do I stay as a family man? So Rick Prime made the decision to go and be like this crazy adventure and be super smart, but he decided that he's going to make the decision for all the other Ricks by killing off the wife. So that's why they all become these smart guys. So that's kind of where Rick Prime's like whole thing comes from. So then this Rick, the Rick we follow, the C-17 or whatever it was.
Oh, that's not Rick Prime?
No, the Rick we follow in the show is not Rick Prime.
Different. You'll be
Okay.
able to. His hairstyle's shorter.
But so the Rick we follow in the show is the C-17 or C-17 something. I forgot the exact designation, but he's the one that we follow for the whole show. So he doesn't change. It's the family members that some of them are from a different universe.
Okay.
But
Versus Rick.
But more recently, like they've made it a point to say like, okay, well, this version of my family is my family, so now we follow just those.
And they also did the whole like with the big Citadel Rick thing, like killing off a lot of them.
They killed almost
and,
all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, to try to
others.
get rid of that feeling of whatever.
It's confusing.
Oh, they kind
Yeah.
of like did it, and then they kind of like
undid it. And then there's also Morty, and then even Morty, but you can tell the difference because there's an eye patch versus no eye patch sometimes. Not necessarily all the time, but that goes. They kind of resolve that this season too. They kind of like where like he does his own thing, and they kind of make relative peace with each other. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So the show continues to. Who knew that voice actors could voice act of characters?
Right?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Dang.
The only example, actually, I've seen a couple of examples. It's like, when they kind of recast like the characters from The Simpsons to make them like the same race as the characters and stuff like that. And like, was it Carl from The Simpsons? And when I finally saw it, as well as Cleveland and Family Guy, right? And I heard, I'm like, oh, they're really good. It's just like, yeah, who knew voice actors couldn't do
Right?
that?
Yeah.
So, at this point, I'm not surprised to be like, yeah, the voices are good.
Yep.
The one thing that I thought was really funny is that a good handful of people that I've know or talked to that used to love Rick and Morty were like, I'm not going to watch the show anymore because, they're letting that guy still do it. I'm like, he's not.
Yeah.
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 They're like, oh, really? I thought it was him still because it sounds like him. I'm like, no, they changed him. They're like, how was I supposed to know? It's like, what? I don't know what
Look
to tell
it
you.
up.
Yeah.
Why don't you Google it
It's
before
like-
you come out and have a whole conversation?
Now
about
you're
it?
complaining that it's too close to his voice. You like the show, just watch the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have the characters sound jarringly different. They'll
Yeah.
be taken out of it.
Oh, there you go. Find someone different. Although they did that in Solar Opposites, right?
Yeah, they did.
They made a reason
Completely.
for why his voice is
And
different.
they did that in Ninja Turtles
really?
when they replaced Leonardo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about once they do another episode of, what was it? The Boys Diabolical, that was in that theme and style, and that guy did the voices. Mm-hmm. All right. Good. All right, so you guys watched a couple movies. At least I think they're movies. One was Kentucky Fried
It was fun.
movie.
Great movie.
Yeah?
It's from like the 80s.
Wow.
It's an older movie. It's like a skit show kind of movie.
It's wild.
But then some parts of the movie are like Hot Shots or Airplane
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that. So the main segment of this movie is like a Bruce Lee as an agent is going to like save someone who's prisoner. You want to talk about any of that?
I like that part of the movie where, especially like during that whole scene where he's like, "Oh, I'm here to save you," and she's like, "Oh, she's pointing out all the microphones."
Oh my
There's
God.
like a person behind the curtains and they're
Yeah.
like recording everything.
Yeah, so they're having a conversation. Like the usual trick is like she's like,
Oh, it's hidden in the lamp or something.
yeah. But this one, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's even like a big mic here that there's a
And then
record.
a boom mic
Yeah.
comes out.
There's people in the back that she literally points to, and then there's a lady with a microphone that's literally going like as they're talking.
Sounds like a Leslie Nielsen, like
Yeah.
a slapstick
Yes,
movie.
yeah, it really
I think
was.
It was done by National Lampoons or something like that. It was like one
okay.
of their kinds of movies. Yeah,
was
it was
great.
funny. Yeah.
There's, and there's like some skits or parts that come back up later.
Oh man, yeah.
It was really fun. I think you found it because of.
Oh yeah, one TikTok. No, it was YouTube. YouTube has like their short little clip things now. I was like, what the hell is this one? And then it was that scene. It was also during that like Bruce Lee movie where the Emperor has the American guy. And he's like, kill me. You can't, you can do your worst. Doesn't matter to me. And they're like, and then the Emperor's like, send him to Detroit. And he's like, no, no.
And you said you knew someone who said they watched it all the time.
Yeah, somebody we went to school with. So I was like, oh, that's from this movie. All right. I remember somebody talking about this movie a lot. And then like, the beginning of the movie, I was like, I don't know how his parents let him watch this movie because it was like full frontal nudity.
Oh, wow.
Very of the time.
Yeah. It was crazy. I was like, oh boy, how this guy watched this back when we were in like elementary school.
I wanted to be the Bruce Lee part to be its own full separate movie.
Wow.
It was that solid. Yeah.
Even the sneaking around and the fighting.
And then the ending.
Yes, the ending was so good. I would even just watch that too because that's how funny it was.
It's not like super long. It's maybe like 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a part right before the part he saw where literally they cut this. He's like, they bring him to like question him or whatever. Same kind of thing where he's like, whatever, and they cut off his head, and then the guy just goes, send him to be tortured. It was so funny. So funny.
Yeah, that's awesome. It sounds just like Hot Shots and like that kind of stuff. That's also Naked Weapon. Yeah. I kind of miss those kind of movies. I feel like when they try to do it nowadays, it's like not as
doesn't
funny.
work. Yeah. Like
I don't know what the difference is
what
though.
the heck was the one epic movie and stuff like that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Superhero movie.
Yeah.
Superhero movie I thought wasn't as bad as like the other ones.
Yeah.
Disaster movie.
Date movie.
Yeah, date movie.
Well, you guys heard why those movies are like that, right?
Why?
So, originally, the Wayne brothers did the...
Yeah, scary movies?
Yeah, so they did that first scary movie. And then these two people who wrote, like, one
scene
joke in the movie, basically, were contributed and considered writers. So then they went on to make like all these other crappy ones, and they were able to be like from the writers of Scary Movie and stuff like that, and they were able to take the credit. And it was just like one fart joke in Scary Movie or something. It's like, do you remember that one bad joke in there? It's like, yeah, that was them, and they went on to do a lot of the
I always think the
other
Wayne
stuff.
brothers are like amoebas because there's so many of them, and they look all alike.
They do look similar.
They all, if you look up the family tree,
But
every
some
single
of
one
them-
of them look like they're, and there's a lot of them. There's
when
like 5 or
I
6
think
of
when
them.
they're in the movies together, I think you're able to discern them.
Yeah, I
I'd
think
be
so.
able to be like, oh,
when they're
there's
moving
that one.
together, yeah.
But when they have separate movies, like Lieutenant Payne and stuff like that, right? There's
Major
like
Coach from New
Payne.
Girl. Yeah.
Coach from New Girl. I was like,
Yeah, those two look similar.
Very similar.
I was like, you guys are twins. Do not tell me you guys didn't spawn from each other. And
I went to school with with one kid, and all his family looked like the clones. And on top of that, the parents looked the same.
Wow.
So I was like, are they siblings? Like, it was really confusing to my little head.
Oh,
it was
wow.
a test. They were testing cloning.
Yeah, it was insane.
The first successful test.
it's crazy.
And they
Genetics,
had, like,
bro,
8 kids
crazy.
that looked
Yeah.
all the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like genetics.
Did they always
crazy.
go, come over to my house, Matthew? Come over to my house.
At the time, my father did plumbing for them for a little bit.
Oh.
He plumbed.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
you mind if I come over and plumb your house?
My gene pool is clogged up.
Plum that?
Yeah, I'll fix that right up for you.
That sounds like the beginning of like a porno. Let me come inside. I'll help you plumb your pipes.
Gives her laxatives.
Oh, my God. There you go.
Yeah, pipes all cleaned.
It'll be $5,000.
Please come in for your colonoscopy this Friday. It's like, wait.
So I can't
my
eat till
God.
Friday? No, you can't eat till Friday. Make sure all your pipes are clear. No backups.
But yes, Kentucky Fried Movie was great. The clips are funny, but I can't remember like one that really stuck out to us. We were just like laughing the whole time.
There's one that's like this instructional sex tape, and it's explaining.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's explaining like how to get in the mood, and they're following it like each very specific step at a time, and then there's like a twist at the end of that one. It's fun. I recommend it if you can watch it.
Where is it located?
Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It was free watch.
Free watch. Oh, even better. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Should make it 2. I don't know if any of the writers are still alive, but make it 2.
But the other movie that you guys saw,
Uh-oh.
is Thrill.
And the mood has changed.
Yeah.
There's been a
the
shift.
lighting should change. It's called Better Watch Out.
That it is.
Sounds like a good Christmas movie.
Who knew it was instructions for the movie?
Oh yeah.
It's literally take it
we
literally.
warned you. You might as well title it that.
Yeah.
It was insane.
I presume this is like an evil Santa movie.
No, I wish it was
That's
something
what I thought
like
it
that.
was.
I thought it was the evil gnome movie that lives in a garage, but it wasn't. It turned out to be an evil little kid that wants to horribly do things to his babysitter that's going into college.
Yeah.
Oh, that old holiday tale.
Mm-hmm.
The Last House on the Left kind of thing.
Kind
With
of. Feels like
babysitter's
it.
there.
It
Oh my
pretty
god,
much-
who's here?
It's
Pretty much
it's
feels like that.
yeah, except it's just like the kid and the babysitter, and this kid is like this very non-threatening looking
No.
kid, and he just really wants to get with the babysitter, and he's
As you would.
it's really really
And I
strange.
thought his friend was his brother because he was leaving with the parents and everything, and it wasn't the brother. It was, I don't know.
And he tries to like hop on top of and make out with the babysitter.
Yes, that he does, and he's like putting his head on her, and he's getting drunk and everything. He's like, I could handle my liquor.
He's 12 in the movie.
Yes.
and he gets drunk.
Yep,
So is this like an R-rated version of that Dexter's Lab episode?
pretty much. Yeah,
made that joke.
Yep, that you did. That it is like the R-rated version of that with murder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Dexter's Lab, I remember it being weird and funny, but this was just like
Just weird.
take out any element of funny.
Yep.
Because he's just like, yeah, I'll sexually assault
And
her
it was
to
supposed
get
to be
what
a
I want.
comedy also. It was advertised. And that's why I thought it was the movie that I was thinking of. Because I was like, oh, the holiday horror movie that's got a comedy side to it is out. And it's cheap.
It's the first genre is listed as comedy.
Yes.
Wow.
There wasn't
Not
anything funny about it.
Wow.
The funniest part was the beginning of it where they were talking about those decorations. That was it.
So the people who labeled the genre of this movie watched just that first piece,
I guess.
and was like, "Oh, this is a comedy," and then moved on.
I'm going to explain this to you as bluntly as I can. That Dexter's Lab episode meets Kevin McAllister, meets the bad son all together.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you rip out every element that makes those other movies fun or good or okay, and then you write a movie. And that's what this was.
Damn. Well,
Because he does like stupid Kevin McAllister. They make him seem like, oh, he thought this out. But
He did one of the McAllister traps to this person just as like an experiment. And obviously, you know, his theory was correct from what he was trying to propose or whatever. It was insane.
the guy was in a chair. The chair wasn't strapped to the floor. He was just strapped to the chair.
Yep.
And he does the Kevin McAllister paint bucket.
Mm-hmm.
He's swinging it to try to get him in the face. And they're like, I think it would blow up his face. I think it would just kill him. And he doesn't move when it's coming at him. He just takes it to the face and dies.
oh, jeez. All right.
And then they hang the guy from Power Rangers.
Yes, they
What?
did.
That's a bad sentence. They hang the new Red Ranger from Power Rangers. But yeah, they
Jeez.
hang him in a tree.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucked. That guy was cool.
Yeah.
He played a scummy guy in the movie and everything, and he was only in there for, 5 minutes?
Yeah, like 5 seconds. I was like, what?
Wow.
I really wish we could see more of this character instead of just...
Killing.
I never wanted a guy to just beat up a little kid in the movie. I was like, oh, thank God the Red Ranger's here. Beat the shit out of this little fucker.
Does the movie try to, like, do you think the movie wanted you to root for the kid and you guys just, like, it didn't achieve that? Or, like, well, why did they portray the kid as...
I don't know. I think you're supposed to cheer for the babysitter.
The kid's a murderer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's
And he
Like, but does
sexually
he
assaults
murder
someone.
people that you're like, good? Like, they
No.
No, Andy
Oh.
sexually assaults someone.
Yes. So you're not rooting for this kid at all. It's not charming
alright.
at all.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, you're like, this kid
It's
sucks.
an evil kid. Yeah.
You're supposed to root for his little friend, but his little friend also sucks.
Oh, his friend sucked big time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't root
Because
for
they
him.
try to do the redemption arc for him,
They
but it's like,
tried
get
it,
out of here. He's
But
still...
it was too late in the game, and
Yeah.
it wasn't strong enough.
And he was also like, can I do stuff to the babysitter?
And
Can
he was
I?
hopped up
Boy.
on like Molly or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh no, it was Oxy. Yeah.
And the whole movie, they're like, come on, little freak kid. He's not your friend. And he's like, he's my friend. It's like, get out of here.
So was this just like a trying this movie out, a shot in the dark? Be like, what's this one? Let's see what this is like. Like, what did someone recommend this movie?
So he
No.
already had bought it thinking it was this other movie.
Yeah, I was looking.
You bought it, thinking it was a different movie.
I bought it thinking it was a completely different movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Ooh, $5! Cool! This movie, I want to watch this out." Great.
You
I
thought
s-
it was Bullet Train.
No, I thought it was there's something in the shed or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That turned out to be the no movie.
And then I said, when the movie ended, I was like, we could have gotten Taco Bell with that $5. Like, we could have done anything with those $5. But I don't know. And now also you own it in that food. And
Well, now you guys could
It's
watch
just-
it during the holiday season.
Yeah.
it's just a
Oh,
weird
yeah.
movie to own.
Yes, it is. An extremely weird movie. Not one of my proudest movies that I
Yeah.
by far.
But it was rated well.
It was rated very well.
It was like 80% or something like that.
I mean, now that we've thrown it out there about how bad we thought
Oh,
it was,
that's true.
maybe you guys might enjoy it.
that's true.
Oh.
Maybe you guys would love it.
It's
Probably.
on the voodoo.
Probably.
Actually, before we delve into the game that you guys are playing, Rachel, you're a few episodes into a show that I've seen like an episode and a half of.
Yes.
It's a little early to talk about because we haven't seen it the whole
Yeah.
season because Netflix drops the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's a show that's, again, we're like, I don't want to hype up too much. So I don't know too much about it. It's called Blue Eye Samurai.
Yes, I started watching it. The artist is the person who did Arcane, the art from Arcane. So it's a cool,
that makes
unique,
sense
kind of like
now.
a unique. It feels like a unique style of animation still. So far so good. I'm in 2 episodes because it's an hour long per episode.
Whoa.
There is nudity. Just heads up.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
There's a lot of nudity. A lot of frontal, like full
I'm running
frontal.
on the treadmill, and all of a sudden there's boobies on
Yeah,
and they're
like full
touching
frontal.
crotches. I'm like, what's happening?
Blue Eye Samurai.
That's you're like, oh yeah.
They
that
a lot
blood
of
pumping.
frontal.
Yeah, zoom in.
Yeah, enhance. No, there's frontal. It's really cool. It's based on. It's
frontal, it's real cool.
Popping, yo.
It's based on a time in Japan when they were closed off for 200 years, and they didn't let anybody who
No imperialists.
outside with trading or anything. Which, honestly, they flourished in real history. They flourished during that time. They've never had a greater economy than that time, but they were behind in everything, counting like weapons and stuff. So this is a samurai that's trying to get. I don't know the motivation right now. 2 episodes in, their motivation is to hunt down this one person. I know exactly what the motivation is, but I don't want to spoil it if anybody
That's
wants
fair, I
to watch it.
guess.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I know it from TikTok because
It's a little rough to not tell the motivation, and the episodes are an hour long. So,
yeah, I mean, the motivation is she's hunting down someone. Along the way, she meets people. Destiny, fate, some may call it. There's intertwining stories of
That's her names?
another girl, who is forced to like get married to somebody she doesn't want to. This is a time where she was like, her father arranged a marriage for her, and you're following several characters like.
I'm following 2 characters.
Mm.
In episode 1, right?
episode one.
And a half.
Yeah,
So
it's like one becomes like.
you gave away something.
Uh-oh.
I did. I know I
Yeah.
did, and I'm just not going to bring it up. Because
Oh, okay, fine.
Nobody will notice if I don't say
Destiny and fate.
Until the second they watch the show.
That's it.
until the second they watch the show and they're like, "Oh." I mean, like it's kind of like
Is the full frontal nudity a character? Like it.
Is it
Yes.
just a character
It's-
that's just
yeah.
always
it is
naked?
the character,
It is
Wow.
God.
Yeah.
the main character, and also other characters. There's a sex scene. I don't know if you got
Oh,
Spicy. I got to it.
it. You did.
You're gonna. I don't know.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
that weird one where she's like telling him he's gonna defeat the samurai, and while she's riding,
Oh.
Yeah,
Stick
we're
your
gonna
sword.
take out your sword.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
and
Well,
while
that's
she's
pretty
riding
cool.
him, yeah, but I mean, it's just a reflection,
I'm like, this
like a
show's edgy,
shadow.
yo.
It's just a shadow, but I mean,
Well, it sounds like there was some edging going on.
so far so
And you
good.
can
I
edge
like
to
it.
this show.
Mm.
I mean, I rewatched the 2 episodes with Tony
Mm.
so far. We're on the 3rd episode. It's long, so it's like a hit or miss when we watch it.
It reminds me of the plot of Alter Adam.
Mm.
He's trying to like figure some stuff out, and along the way makes a fat friend.
Makes a fat cute. He's
who
very cute.
Insists to
and
tag along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
And I saw in my head this character is like the Lord of the Rings fat friend, which is the name of the fat friend from Alter Adam. They're all named Sam.
Sam.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why is Sam always the
The character's
pudgy
name isn't
friend?
Sam in this show, but
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know Sam.
Oh.
No, but
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
That'll be
cute.
the reveal at the end.
I
Yeah,
was
right.
Sam.
My name was Sam.
Damn.
Looks at the camera.
I'm gonna spoil something, but it's not really a spoiler. It has
Uh-oh.
nothing to do with the plot.
Yeah.
The bell on the foot.
Hmm?
Bell on
what?
the foot.
Did you get to the festival?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so
I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe I
it's
did.
not a huge thing.
The first
they
ep-
tie a bell to a foot in his foot because he's so sneaky that he sneaks
Oh,
up.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Like
he
a cat?
ties a belt.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was like, "If you take
Yeah.
this off, you're now not my apprentice."
Oh.
Sam keeps sneaking up on the samurai main character, and they're like,
And
"How
he's
are
a
you?"
big dude.
Yeah,
too.
he's like, "I'm light on my feet." He's funny.
He's funny.
The show. I don't know if I would watch it if you weren't there bringing a lighthearted tone to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
It would be dreary the whole time.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, the show seems very artfully done.
Mhm.
It's interesting how it just goes for that TVMA thing.
Mm.
And it got renewed. It got renewed for the
yeah,
next
some
season
people.
already.
Yeah, it's very popular.
Yeah.
People really like it right now.
Mm.
I don't want to overhype it, but
It is-
because I'm not even sure if I'm sold on it. Honestly,
Mm.
I know the 3rd episode starts talking about their origin.
Mm.
interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously we're not far enough into it to know, but more to come.
It sounds hot.
Oh yeah,
I'm sold.
Yeah, more to come.
Mhm.
yeah,
I'll let you know when I watch it.
yeah. Would be the title of this episode.
Did we watch the 3rd episode?
I thought you. Okay,
We
All right.
finished the 2nd.
but what you have done is played a game that is it a new game, or is it a game from a few years ago?
Wolf Among Us? You
No,
know what I'm talking
no.
about?
No, Rift Apart. How old is
Oh,
that?
yeah, it's when the PS5 came out, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
A little bit.
Yeah, but how long ago was that?
A year.
It doesn't matter.
Sorry, what game?
Ratchet Clank. Rift
Okay.
Apart.
Mm.
Rift
Yeah.
Apart.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
good. It
Yeah.
doesn't make me motion sick, which is very surprising.
Mm.
Very surprising I didn't, because it flips and stuff for some reason.
Yeah, and even the portal thing where you go through and
Didn't do anything.
yeah.
Mm.
I was like, what is actually going on? I was like, what the hell?
They figured
What
it
did they
out.
do?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
we turned on the motion, right?
Yeah, we turned down the
All
motion.
the way.
That's
And I was
crazy
like, this is
that-
beautiful. This is how games should have the option.
Mm.
Turn down the motion.
Mm.
Turn down the motion.
What does that mean?
No, so there's a
Setting.
Motion
yeah,
sickness.
there's a
Oh,
motion.
motion
Yeah,
sickness.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And now he just goes like,
Tank control.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes, you will not get sick.
Subliminal.
Yeah, you will
Keep
not.
breathing.
Yeah.
This is your breathing break.
Wow, these accessibility
This is your throw-up
settings are
break.
intense.
Oh my
This is
god.
your throw up break.
Yeah, A bucket just comes out of the
Oh my
console.
God.
No, the plastic bag.
Oh, yeah. It pops out of the controller.
Yeah, the lunch bag. No, but the game is good. It's it's cool. It's so basically the plot of it is like an interdimensional thing.
Mm.
So like there's Ratchet and Clank, and then in this other universe there's what's her name? Rivet. Yeah, which is like the counterpart to
Girl
like the variant
counterpart.
of Ratchet, and then there's
There's the robot we just met.
Katie.
Katie.
Well, they haven't come out with a name yet.
KT189
Yeah,
whatever.
Mm.
KT.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but
And she's like, can I just call you Katie? No,
yeah, she's like, no, I don't like that.
I don't like Katie. Don't call me that. And I'm like,
But yeah, so
it's my slave name.
Oh my god.
It's a robot.
but so the idea is that Dr. Nefarious he went into a world where he likes the ruler. So now, but he took the spot of that Dr. Nefarious. But I think it was like Emperor Nefarious, right? So there's Dr. Nefarious from our world, or like the main world, and then Emperor Nefarious. But we don't know where Emperor Nefarious is right now. But right now, Dr. Nefarious is taking the place of Emperor Nefarious. And so Clank gets mixed up with Rivet, and now Ratchet is separated. So like when you're playing the game, you're playing as Rivet and Clank, and then Ratchet and Katie. And then it's cool because like they still have like those weird weapons and stuff. There's one that's like a robot dog drill. So like you shoot it out, and then the robot dog drill like goes towards the enemies and stuff like that.
Big dino, we fought that big like T-Rex looking thing twice.
Yeah,
it was intense. And then you run out of bullets, you're like,
yeah.
And you're just running, and there's no refills for the bullets.
Yeah, you gotta find like a one of those ammo replenishment stuff.
Yeah, and it's easy enough where like I can also, not saying I'm not an experienced player, but like with shoot 'em games, I'm not a fan. But it was easy enough where I could even, because there's auto lock on it, which is nice. Where I could even play it. It's an enjoyable game. Yeah, I was like, why does this remind me of Sly Cooper?
Yeah, it was all around the same time.
Yeah,
That, Jack and Daxter, Sly Cooper.
I think, were they made by the same studio?
No, but they actually shared different assets and programming tricks when they were going across. So like the moving platforms and stuff like that, they actually shared code.
I really enjoyed Sly Cooper, so I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I remember watching my cousin play the first and second a Sly Cooper.
Yeah, those are great games. I love Ratchet and Clank was so fun. I think I played all of them except that one and the one before it.
Which one was the one before?
There was like one that was a really short one, and it was like a $20 game or something. And that one I didn't play, or this new one. But I even watched the first game that they've remade and turned into a movie.
Yeah. That was like the movie that we saw, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I have no idea who this character is.
Because it feels just like you're watching video game cutscenes in a theater.
Yeah. And also they took out all the adult jokes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the game's fun. It has really unique weapons all the time. And so how does it feel with the PlayStation 5 SSD traveling between worlds?
I mean, I guess it's quick, right?
Yeah, it's very quick.
But what I do like is the gun haptic controls. That's cool. I like that a lot.
I enjoy. For me, I enjoy. I like it. I suggest it. It's a fun game. So far, so good. We haven't even gotten halfway through, so we're good on it.
In one of the episodes that you guys were absent for, there was a little bit of like, what was your top game of this past year? What would you say? Like games that you played? And I don't know if it has to be a game that was released in 2023, but like something that you played within the last year. Oh yeah.
Their faces got so intense.
The brain gears turn.
I liked God of War.
Rudolph got run over by a brain gear.
Was really good.
Final Fantasy
Did you play any
VII
Witcher
was really
this
good.
year?
No.
Maybe not.
No.
Okay.
This year.
Every year.
Did you guys like 16? Final Fantasy 16? You guys
Final
played
Fantasy
that?
16 was really
that was good. For me,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was really good.
For me, it had to be. I think it has to be God of War for me. It was a very good game. The thing is, how many games? I don't even remember how many games we played this year. We must have played a ton of games, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Wolf Among Us.
I've already played Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, Sonic Frontiers DLC.
That was the best one. The best one. I also did play an indie game about. It was more like a romance indie game that came out. I forgot what it was called. Song of the Gods or something.
Yeah.
That was an enjoyable game. They have Joel's voice in it. It had some good voice actors in it. I enjoyed that game. I did. I think it had to be God of War.
Okay.
It had to be God of War because that was the only relevant.
That was mine too.
God of War. Yeah, I was like,
there's DLC for it.
DLC's out.
Yeah, it just came out.
It came out when they announced it.
Yeah.
And I heard it was good. We're working on it slowly. I was like, God damn
I'll be
it.
like, how do you play this game? I don't know.
No, I'm gonna be like, God damn it, because I just in the Final Fantasy, the DLC, the new one for the game we just finished. I was like, okay, it just finished that game. It just finished it.
And the annoying part is that now, like, we have to delete a game to make room for another game. So now it's like, oh, we deleted God of War because we thought we were done. Now we got to bring that one back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, we got to get
It's a thing
an
that
external drive, like the drives that for it.
Got to get that.
PS5's
that
into
Do they
Ethernet
finally
cable.
have one for PlayStation 5? Because all I have...
Get the internal.
internal.
Get the
How hard is it
it's
to
really
put
easy.
in?
Really easy. You just pop off the side piece, and we did it for Gene. It's just you literally, and you do
How
like
do you transfer the memory?
you don't have to. It adds the storage. You can do like 4 terabyte.
4 terabytes?
It's pretty good. For that price.
That's like
I'm gonna have
5
to look
games.
that up. Yeah, pretty
In this
much.
day and age, it's like not a huge amount. Like it sounds like infinite. You'll never need anything for the rest of your life, like 5 years. Like,
Yeah, I'm
what?
surprised that they don't have anything bigger. 4 terabytes.
I'm surprised they don't have like a streaming kind of thing for
Yeah,
games.
like a cloud.
They do.
Well, like
But
Apple
it
Arcade you're talking about,
sucks.
and like Netflix.
No, PlayStation
games.
also has. They have the
They do?
PlayStation Now or whatever.
Oh, but that one, don't you still got to download it onto your system?
No, there's some of the games that you could actually stream,
Mm.
but you need really good internet for it to look good, and then you're also it's gonna
It's like $120 or something.
yeah,
isn't it,
it's
for a year?
pricey. So
Yeah, I would say Baldur's Gate, but I didn't play it.
as everyone said.
Game of the year.
Everyone
It's
said it.
it's like a crawl'em, I think.
It looks like a dungeon crawler.
It's like a D&D based
D&D
game.
Dungeon.
Whoa.
Yeah, very, I really wanted
That
to.
sounds cool.
My sister's playing the game.
I heard it's really, really, really good.
Mm.
I've heard obviously
But
one game
You
of the
don't
year.
have to play the first one.
No,
What?
No, they said you don't. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
it's like
Was it like
I
Final
always
Fantasy?
tell people it's like
don't
Mass
know.
Effect. Oh, is it Mass Effect?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mass
where you
Effect's different all the time.
yeah, that's why I said it's like you could play that or
Different years.
But
Dragon
doesn't Mass
Age.
Effect your save data actually carry across?
Yeah.
Mm.
Dragon Age. I think
Oh,
it's
I'm thinking of Fallout. Whoops.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh boy.
Oops, oops, oops.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you excited for any games that they announced?
I don't know. Whatever we play.
Yeah, whatever we get.
All the Sega games.
Yeah.
All the
Oh,
Sega
they're releasing all the Sega games.
That
yeah.
looks
yeah, that's the ones
awesome.
like the Jet Set Radio.
Oh, those ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Shinobis, the hand-drawn 2D, and like the Streets of Rage 3D.
Yeah, that is sick.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
there you go.
intense. That's gonna be
Gonna
awesome.
be taken out.
I was saying in the last episode.
Power Stone.
Yeah, Power Stone
From Capcom.
They need to do that again.
Yeah, they got to redo Power
I was
Stone.
saying it last episode, but you guys should play Alan Wake 2.
I've heard.
I know you guys would like it because they do the
A lot of
Sherlock
mystery.
Mind Palace,
Oh.
and you solve the cases by going to your Mind Palace and like putting the stuff together.
Oh, wow.
and,
Do you have to play the first one?
no, not really.
go.
No.
No. Okay.
The concept carries across.
Uh,
We want to play more of it, but it's
I was expecting more horror right now. We're starting to delve into a little bit of horror, but it's mainly being like, who did this murder?
it's all detective.
because we only do an hour episode streams.
Okay.
It's hard for us to just get through that to get to the next part.
And
Right,
then there
right.
was one part for me. I can't say for you. I was walking around for like 15 minutes being like, where's this car? How do we get to this site to do more investigating?
Yeah,
Interesting.
It's
but then we
like-
found it.
And I walked past the thing and it didn't activate the cutscene, but then when I left the building, it's like, oh, here I am.
Yeah, the guy was like, "Okay,
kidding
you
me?
could use this car to get to your old sites." We're like, "What?" But yeah, I still think it's a good
I
game.
do like
I
how
think it's neat.
Spider-Man won no awards. A single
Oh,
game
sucks.
award.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
crazy.
Spidey.
Yeah, Mark said it was justified.
It was slightly compared to other games that came out, like again Baldur's Gate and stuff like that.
Mark said it was a
just
stacked
wasn't
year.
Yeah.
It was
Stacked here. I don't know. I had a lot of fun with
for-
Spider-Man
It
so
would
far.
just be so sad with all their success and money.
Win win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You
I
saw-
think it deserved, it. And Final Fantasy
It's a
it was
great
on the
game.
list. I
Yeah,
didn't think
Final
it
Fantasy
won.
A lot of
16,
glitches.
yeah.
Final Fantasy 16 was on the list,
nominated,
the
yeah.
nominated list, but it didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see the Hideo Kojima new thing? Yeah,
Oh,
the horror thing.
Yeah, Alex showed me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's coming out with a new walking sim?
Yeah.
All right, this one's the screaming sim. This one, how long
Oh
you
no
scream.
no! Did you see the? Did you see? I meant to tell you. God, sorry, I got very excited.
Uh-oh.
It just popped from my memory. They have hints to Silent Hill in the guy's mouth.
That's what I saw.
What?
Yeah.
In the guy's mouth when he's screaming, they have a symbol or like
He
a
apparently,
language.
yeah. So they say certain words, but according to his lip movement, he also puts in extra letters across the thing that say like Akami or whatever it is, and apparently that translates to Silent Hill. But here's the deal: Silent Hill fans can get that from anything.
Yeah.
I think they could play the God of War DLC and be like, "This is a hint towards Silent Hill."
Right, it's the Jesus on Toast thing.
It really is. But if it is true, he did come out of the PT door when he came out for the Game Awards. So maybe
we see you.
Yeah,
Like, just release the game, please.
Yeah, I wonder what other directors he said he worked with, because it was I can't think of his name now.
Guillermo del Toro?
No,
For Silent Hill?
no, for this game it was Jordan Peele, right?
Yes.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah, and they said that he's like, oh, I can't reveal it yet, but I also worked with other directors, so I'm wondering, like, I wonder who those people are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Curious.
Yeah,
Bad
all his Metal Gear stuff is awesome. So
that doesn't mean everything he's gonna make is awesome.
You should play all of Death Stranding 100% it, and then tell me about that.
A lot of people we spoke to really love that game, but boy, is it it takes
We were falling. Only game I've ever played
where you
at
fall
like
a lot.
7 p.m.
It's got like
and
actual
I'm falling
physics.
asleep fucking playing this
Wow.
game.
Oh yeah, that too. Besides our character falling a lot, we were falling asleep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You can make
Actively playing.
You can
Yeah.
make a good game and then make a shit game. It's
well, yeah, but that's so anything. Movies too, right?
Yeah.
People make good
Then
movies
why
and
is
bad
that you're
movies.
proving
Gianna was watching us play it, and Matt's falling asleep. I'm like, all right, I'll take a turn, Matt. That you wake yourself up a little, and then I'm.
Everyone power naps to keep playing this.
Yeah, it was rough.
Jeez.
And then you sleep in real time in the game too. It's
Yeah.
not like it fast
I
forward.
still can't fucking believe
Yeah, you
that.
can't fast forward rain when you rest.
And you
That's
throw your piss and shit at things.
That is an actual thing. You
Like-
do make pee and poop bombs.
Just don't get it. I don't
man.
get it.
Shower bombs. You bathe your body and it makes a bomb too somehow.
Is it
It's
possible that he didn't actually isn't actually the creative force behind Metal Gear Solid, but he wrote one joke in it
Oh my God.
it's possible.
from the writer?
Yeah, for the writers.
force.
Yeah.
I'd believe it. I'd believe it.
That's funny.
Although I bet Death Stranding is great when you get through your motorcycle or whatever the fuck happens later. But
Yep. But at the beginning,
What are the
yeah.
reviews of that game? Do people
people
like
love
it?
it.
Yeah.
People love it until I'm looking at the comments in the OD trailer where they're like, "Oh, are we gonna get Mailman Walking too?"
Yeah.
And like, it was like 1,000 some odd comments. It's like, okay, so people feel this way too. What the fuck is happening?
Right.
How
Yeah,
did this
it's
game get like
UPS,
10 out of
yeah.
10s?
Wow. Interesting.
Paid.
And the soundtrack isn't even. And you said the soundtrack won an award?
Yes, yeah.
And there's not really much music in the game.
Oh.
When
No.
we were playing, like a random song would occasionally like creep in, and then it's like
Huh.
it's like ambient music, and I don't
The
understand how.
only
that was.
time we
weird.
got that
Yeah.
beautiful swelling
Yeah.
orchestral thing is when we're carrying our dead mom's corpse
Mhm.
and falling and rolling down a hill.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Insane.
Wow.
So
Hi guys.
Ha.
Welcome to the Optimism Corner. How's everybody doing today?
Might have fun.
Feeling fresh.
fabulous.
That's good. That's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's a
That's
good.
what my mom cleans the floor with.
Yeah, I was about to say. So apparently, oh yeah, I'm doing Christmas themed.
Oh yeah.
Even if it isn't, you deserve it, everybody.
Let's do it.
So Santa Claus has its own Canadian postal code.
Whoa.
It is. Hold on. It
the
is
North Pole.
HOHOHO. Ho 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 ho.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and it
That's
Canadian
neat.
children every year send their letters to this address to receive a personal reply from Santa. So Canada's post Santa letter writing program.
Whoa.
So somebody writes a response
Wow.
back.
Man.
I'll
I
have
feel
AI
bad for
Santa soon.
That would be awesome. A robot Santa from
Yeah.
Futurama.
Yeah.
They so the song Jingle Bells is everybody knows it's a Christmas song, right?
Mm.
No, it was originally a Thanksgiving song.
What?
Oh.
Jingle all the way.
Thanksgiving, and they would play it at like. Well, the guy who wrote it for a church Thanksgiving concert.
Mm.
Wow.
What fun it is to ride in a one-horse open
Yeah,
sleigh.
and now it just moved over. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
because it used to
They
snow in
actually threw the
November.
Snow in November. Thank God for global warming.
Yes. I do like this global warming thing.
So apparently, I just want to ask a question to you guys. What do you think is the most shopped, money-grossing holiday?
The Black
Hanukkah.
Friday.
You would think it was Black Friday. It's not.
What?
It's the Friday and Saturday or whatever days land right before Christmas.
Oh,
And
everybody's
they get
rushing to
more
get their
money.
last gift.
They said estimates sales reached $936.3 billion.
Wow.
in 2022.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I've seen shopping like
Yeah,
days
it's.
before
I've
Christmas.
seen it on the road just this weekend. And
That's
I'm
when
like,
people upcharge.
Yeah.
It's true.
So just letting
They go
you know,
back to regular price from
stay
Black
inside.
Friday.
Mm.
That's when people up
And
dog.
I think that's.
Mhm.
I think
Up
that's
dog.
up
Yeah,
dog.
the hot dog hard.
They have dog. Also, that The Grinch is the highest-grossing Christmas film of all time.
Which one?
All of them.
The Grinch. I think it's just the regular
The
Grinch.
OG Dr. Seuss.
The OG Dr.
Like the
Seuss
cartoon?
one.
Don't they have like a horror movie of the Grinch
They
now
do.
or something?
They do. Of
The
course they
Grunch?
do.
Oh,
The Grinchy Grunch. The guy who lives in your
Grunch
trash.
brunch.
The Grunch.
Yeah, Oscar the
Oscar
Grunch.
the Grunch.
I was wondering why the Grinch is having such a resurgence right now. Is it just because of millennials, our
love the
generation,
Grinch.
being like, "Oh yeah, the Grinch,"
I love the Jim Carrey.
and
Oh,
it must
yeah.
be the Jim Carrey one that
it
people
must
are.
be.
AJ loves this Benedict Cumberbatch one. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
Yeah.
no. I've been wondering
I
if
fell asleep
anyone
during
likes
that
that
movie.
one. Yeah.
And that's the
AJ
only
loves it.
movie I fell asleep to at a movie theater.
So also, I think because you guys like shit on that movie hard, it's not that bad.
I didn't shit on the movie. I wasn't
didn't
even
watch
awake
it.
during
Yeah,
the
saying it was so bad I fell
We
asleep
went
is
out
kind
to
of
eat.
shitting on the
No,
movie.
We went out to eat. We ate a big meal and then we went to movies and I was like, I missed the whole thing. Tony woke me up and the movie was over and I was,
It was the credits.
oh my god.
I was like,
You waited.
I was like, hey, the movie's over. You missed the whole
I
thing.
wasted this, and this is before we
so
had like
peaceful.
the legal passes and shit. So
Yeah.
it's like I just wasted all the money.
He's like, hey, you were snoring
Tony-
really loud
She
the
did
whole
snore a
movie.
little bit.
Oh my god.
Why didn't he wake me up?
Yeah,
They couldn't hear it in the bag.
I'll just remember when you fall asleep to stick my fingers down your mouth and make you choke.
it's
Oh my
it's
God.
like opening
My-
weekend.
bro.
Everyone around her, and you're just like,
have a
yeah, I
story
know,
about
she's
me
snoring.
falling asleep. I don't usually fall asleep or take naps, but when I do, I've had nothing but traumatic incidents, aka what just happened.
Oh my
I was
god.
on a plane once with my brother, and we were flying back from Texas. It smelled like
Poo-poo?
poo in Texas or
Cheese?
what is it? Cheese in
Cheese.
Texas.
Dirty cheese.
Oh yeah.
So I fell asleep on the plane. My brother went and made me.
Oh my God.
Holy
Everybody
crap.
Looking at me, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my god.
Well, why was that your way to wake me up? Is make me fucking choke.
Yeah, next time he goes to sleep, punch him in the throat.
This is what happens when you have an older. This is what happens when you have older siblings that are legitly like maybe a year older than you. You get this kind of shit where
That's
you're like, why
aggressive.
did you feel like
Yeah.
that was appropriate to stick your fingers in your fucking mouth?
Even better. Next time he falls asleep and takes a nap, just put him in a jigsaw trap. Who cares?
When next time he's asleep, I'm gonna take him and go.
Yeah.
You're gonna wake up to that. Next time you snore, I'm gonna make sure I like record it.
Oh my
Post it
god.
on social media.
That's like my siblings.
You let me snore in a movie theater?
It wasn't loud enough for people to hear.
Then you
over
waited for the
Benedict
movie to
Cumberbatch.
You waited for the
I gotta watch
credits.
that movie. I gotta watch that movie. I'd never watch that movie.
I like the thought of Tony waiting like till post credit too. Be like, "There's no credit scene. Let's go."
Oh my god.
They're starting to sweep around here. We gotta go.
Yeah, the lights are already on.
They wake you up by cleaning.
yeah.
Tony's
Wait,
just,
what did you think of that movie?
It's all right.
Oh, okay. What do you think of the movie?
I think it's okay. All this time.
It's a Grinch movie.
I mean, even the Jim Carrey movie, it's like you're adapting a book that you could read in, I don't know, what, 10 minutes? I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Didn't you mention that there's some weird thing between the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who, though, in that movie?
There is that one weird scene where he looks at her, and it's supposed to be like, "Wow, he's finding the joy of Christmas." But they do the slow motion love cam, and
I
I'm
don't
like,
remember that.
"Oh yeah,
They do.
yeah." And I was like, "Oh, what the hell is going on here?" I don't like Grinch making eyes at this girl from so far away, but he could see her like. It was, I don't know. I don't know how I
like
feel
the
about
fact
that
that they
scene.
made eyes at Spider-Man's girlfriend. Wasn't that her in the movie? Cindy Lou Who?
In the
She-
Jim Carrey Grinch?
Yeah. She was Kristen Dunst, right?
What? Kirsten Dunst was
Was
in
it?
that one?
I mean,
I thought it was a different person.
Really?
I think
Come
Kirsten
on,
Dunst was
come
like
on.
20 at that time.
yeah, the Jim Carrey movie was too late. She was already older than she was in Jumanji. Or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
while you're looking it up, Alex, despite all the stuff that you've
You're
been
right.
doing and the sleep
It's not her.
deprivation, you still managed to watch Batwoman.
I did. I watched
Oh,
Batwoman,
God.
and I'm proud of myself for it. So this is season.
Someone's gotta be.
It's true.
We're all proud of it.
It's true. It's season 2, episode 9. I have an episode number today.
Oh, wow.
And this episode starts with a police commissioner, and he's on the steps, and he's like, I have to go to my 10-hour budget meeting. He says that out loud.
What?
10-hour budget meeting?
Yeah. And the girl goes up to him, and she goes, yeah, but we gotta defund the police.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. And then he's like, okay, sweetheart, this is an elected position. If you want to change something, vote. And she goes, yeah, but you guys shot 4 unarmed black men this year. And I was like, is this happening in my Batwoman? It's like, holy shit.
Wow.
He's then gunned down viciously.
Oh,
Oh my god.
damn. All right.
Yeah.
Juicy episode.
Yeah, a lot happens. And then Roman Sionis is in here.
Oh.
And if you're familiar
Black
with Roman...
Mass.
Yeah. Oh, hey. That's
Oh.
a spoiler.
Oh, is it?
Stop doing that. You know a little bit about comics? That's a spoiler now.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're going to tease that for half a season or something.
They're already working on...
Wow.
Black Mask has yet to take off the mask.
Ah.
But Roman Sionis was introduced as like a separate character.
Mm.
Roman Sionis is the one that's keeping Kate in the weird basement when she's on the floor.
Oh.
B-plot with Alice really quick because it's really stupid and it runs 2 scenes in the episode.
Okay.
She goes back to the room where she was held captive because now she's very upset and she's trying to get past it. And then she sees dead baby Kate come into the room and dead baby Kate's like, come on, Alice, you have to get over this. Let's go dig up your old cat. And
What?
Damn. All right.
yeah, so they go to the graveyard wherever that cat was dead, and she buries it out, and the cat's alive, and she's holding the cat. And weird baby Kate goes, "See, Alice, you can make reality be you can make reality be whatever you want." And Alice is like, "Oh," and she's like, "Yeah, and you're even holding your dead cat, so you think it's alive."
Oh,
and that's
boy.
Alice's plot the whole episode.
So just her getting crazier?
I guess.
Okay.
Her getting crazier, the show getting stupider.
Mm.
Potato, potato.
Yeah. Also, Kate's ex, the cop girl.
Mhm.
We find out this episode that she has a sister.
Mm.
The sister is the one that was talking to the police officer.
Tell me it's a twin sister.
No,
Oh.
the commissioner before he was gunned down, and she was also doing graffiti tags on the side of the building. And the commissioner before he died was like, "Yeah, well, we have to clean up your graffiti, and that costs money." He's like, "Yeah, but you can't fix society." So she saw him get gunned down,
Mm.
and now she goes to her sister. This is the first time we met the sister at all.
Mm.
And she's like, "Oh, come on, sister. I can't believe you're here right now. What are you doing?" And then she's like, "I saw the commissioner get gunned down." Like, "Oh, okay, let's go in the Crow's headquarters. You can make a statement and hope we could find them and put them behind bars." She's like, no, they're going to hunt me down. They're going to kill me. She's like, "That's really stupid, sis." And then people break into the car that they're talking in, and they try to kill her on the spot.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she was telling the truth.
Oh, she was really right about this.
Sounds like my aunt.
Yeah. Yeah. So Batwoman shows up to save them, and they even say in the Batcave, like, there's no way we could find her just based off of a graffiti tag. That makes literally no sense.
Mm.
And then Kate's sister's like, "I got it." And then Luscious goes, "That literally makes no sense." The show even says to itself, like, "That's literally fucking impossible. What are you talking about?" Batwoman then finds out that the person who drove the getaway car, who gunned down the commissioner, was her ex, the one that was in the orphanage with her. And she goes, "I thought you were getting out of this stuff." She's like, I'm getting out of it. They said it was my last job. I just had to drive by while they gunned down viciously the police commissioner. She goes, "That's not getting out of it. Now you have to go to the police and tell them, and Batwoman's going to protect you. You're going to be totally cool." And then Roman Sionis kidnaps her.
As he does.
Yeah, and they show her a big hanging dead person with blood all over the place.
Oh.
And then she's like, this is what'll happen if you rat us out, you bitch. It's like, oh, shit, that's not good. And then Batwoman goes to save her because she's late all the time. Fucking sucks. Batwoman shows up. She uses the Dark Knight eyes to find thermals to find out where her ex is. And then she's like, I found her. And then because she's standing in the middle of a room doing it, like 10 people walk up to her to beat the shit out of her.
Oh my god.
Is that the opposite of like any Bat family member would do?
Literally just standing in the middle.
Hey,
And then they do beat the shit out of her.
Wow. All right.
And they tie her up to a 1920s bad guy machine that's going to saw you in half on a conveyor belt.
Fantastic.
oh my god!
They couldn't just shoot her.
No.
Take the mask off and blow her brains.
Yeah.
So they put her on the conveyor belt, and they have another guy on the conveyor belt, and they saw him in half, and they're like, this is going to happen to you. And then Kate's cop ex-girlfriend comes in, blows the brains out of a few people, shoots him, and then goes down, saves Batwoman. Batwoman saves her ex. And then they're like, all right, we got to take you. You got to testify. She goes, fine, I'll testify. I killed the police commissioner, and I did it alone. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Really?
Yeah. And then she tells
Wait, that was Batwoman? Who said that?
the ex that's selling the snake bite. And she's a criminal. But she's like, no, I did it alone.
It sounds, but either way, it sounds like a retread of the end of The Dark Knight. Like, tell him I killed Harvey Dent.
Yeah. So she's like, oh, well, actually, she did that because Black Mass told her that if she ratted anybody out, that he would kill the bartender that works at this spot. And she's like, that's me. That's Batwoman. That's me. She did it for me. And also, they have a scene in the episode where Cop Girl is talking to her newly found sister. And her sister's like, well, you just came out of the closet. You gonna hook up with this girl over here?
Oh my god.
And she's like, I know Mom didn't take it well, but I'm cool with it.
Seem cool with it.
Then Batwoman finally, she says at the very end of the episode, this is how it wraps up pretty much. She's like, Batwoman had his rules, and it's time we establish our own rules. She's like, rule number 3. She starts at 3. Rule number 3. Yeah. So rule number 3, always have each other's backs. And then she's like, rule number 2, take accountability for when you mess up.
You're going backwards.
Yeah. And then she's like, rule number 1, we should start something in the city because it would be nice for the city to have things for the people who need support in the community instead of just the police. And it's like, that's a weird rule number 1.
Yeah. It's a little off track from all the other ones they just said.
Yeah, that's not in there.
No.
Let Alice go is not in there either.
Learn to fight.
No.
Don't trust Alice, but sometimes trust Alice and then let her go.
Yeah. Well, they said in this episode too, they're like, hey, you're doing the same thing that Kate was doing with Alice with your ex. Like, you said, hey, you sell snakebite one more time and I'm gonna have to tell on you. And she just killed the police commissioner in a getaway vehicle.
Oh,
but yeah,
man.
that's basically the episode, you know?
Yeah. So wait, Kate's alive.
Kate's alive. And like we said last time, I think, where she's just in the basement. She's with Black Mask right now, and they let no room for. Oh shit! Yeah, there's Julia Pennyworth makes a phone call, and she's like, "Hi, I'd like to investigate this part of the plane." And the guy goes, "Yeah, I know. You're Julia Pennyworth. You called me last week." And she goes, "No, I didn't." He's like, "Yeah, you're Julia Pennyworth. We went to this school. We had this conversation." She goes, "Why don't I remember this?"
Wait, so there's a whole side plot of Julia Pennyworth either being copied or
her memory was wiped.
Yeah, one of those two.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's tight. That's good stuff right there. That's good TV.
Yeah. Juice and
Oh, yeah.
So is Kate's face all messed up because it's not the same actress?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think she's dead because every time they show her, she's just like a lump on the floor.
Oh.
And they keep saying, all right, Kate. I'm like,
Why did you eat your food?
yeah, she's just as dead as Alice's cat right now. We gotta.
Oh, man.
All right, well, fabulous. Got some excellent Batman, excellent optimism.
Yep.
And it sounds like we reached the end of this episode, everyone. So with that, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Pseudo Adults. We'll catch you next time.
Whoa.
Oh, there was the ending. Whoa, everybody. Everybody heard
That was not Woeus Interruptus that time.
No. it was the polite
It was a
whoa.
gentleman whoa.
Yeah.
gentleman-
The gentleman whoa, yeah.
Wow.
I'm Alex.
I'm Rachel.
This is Tony.
And I am Kyle.
Oh my god.
We are Pseudo Adults.